Right here.
I haven't been on the show in months.
We're doing it live.
Anyways, you're here listening to a bunch of us nerds talk about video games and video game accessories and maybe video game material. And then I'm going to sneak in pro wrestling because no one has a fucking choice. You hear that?
Okay.
Don't worry about that. Anyways, welcome to the show. Let's start with the round of introductions. But before we do the introductions, I'm not drinking an on-brand beer, but we are still sponsored by our lovely Voodoo Ranger IPA brewery here located in the Pacific Northwest. Shout out to Lauren, who keeps us good and moist at all times, every time, except I went through my supply really fast because I'm an alcoholic. But anyways.
And their current seasonal is almost impossible to get in stock anywhere.
What's the seasonal right now?
It's the pumpkin, the atomic pumpkin.
Of course it's pumpkin. Of course it is.
Of course.
Anyways, if you can pry it from some cold damn hand of some middle-class girl, you're more than welcome to try the experience of the pumpkin flavor IPA of the season. Hashtag Live Rangersly. Anyways, let's go with introductions. I'll just save myself for last. No one wants to hear me anyway, so we'll just move it to Sage.
Hello, it's me, Sage Bell.
Hi.
You can find me at Sage Bell on Twitter, Twitch, I don't know, Patreon if you feel like it. Facebook and Instagram, SageBell_model. I think if you search Sage Bell on YouTube, you can see cider reviews for me that I haven't updated. I did update one recently, but I should do that more often, but I'm lazy.
Okay.
And that's it for my intros. I assume we're saving game talk for after that.
Absolutely, and I didn't even have to say anything.
And over to Goon.
Hello, I haven't been on in God knows how long either. What's up, everybody? It's Goon PNW. I have been busy in the background working on bonus round stuff for our group here, but it's really nice to be back. It's also really nice to see Shady, who also hasn't been here in a while, but we'll get to him when we get to him. You can catch me at Goon PNW on all my social media accounts, including Twitter and Facebook. And also, please catch Bonus Round FGC. That's our Twitter page. Soundcasting Networks also has their back behind that, so please check us out. Aside from that, all I've been really doing is playing a ton of Phasmophobia and getting the shit scared out of me at like 1 a.m.
Hell yeah!
I have beef with a specific ghost named James Martin, and if I meet anybody named James Martin in real life, it's on site. I'm gonna fuck that guy up.
Is that how James became a ghost? You think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but it's on site. I don't even care if that kid's like 7. It's on site. We're fighting on the streets, but. Anyway, I would definitely recommend checking out Phasmophobia if you guys haven't done so yet. That game is pretty fun, and it makes you less terrified that you're with friends, but it doesn't really help. But it makes you have that false sense of comfort.
So with that game, if you're playing 2-player, I feel it's less scary than if you're playing more than 2-player. So when I play 4 stack, it's more terrifying for me because I don't know, because it's harder to communicate, I guess. And I die more often with more people.
So some ghosts, they only respond to people that are alone. And on top of that, some ghosts even go further than that and only target specific people until that person's dead, which is terrifying, especially if you're playing with 4 players. So I think that's still ridiculous. But it's fun. It's hella fun. I love that game.
It's pretty fun. The school, I have not done the asylum. I haven't even survived the school, so we keep it small so far.
Well, I mean, that's it for me. I'm gonna drop it down to the one and the only Mr. Saverings.
Hello, this is the Saverings. Thank you. My name precedes me. Hello, everyone. I wasn't here last week, so we got some people making a return trip. You guys obviously were longer than me, but we got 3 people that haven't been here in at least a week. How's everybody doing? You probably haven't been seeing me on Steam. That's because I've been on my filthy console peasant. I did pick up a Switch.
Switch?
You fucking nerd, Mr.
You've never actually had a
I did. No, I just got a Switch. Yeah. And mostly on a fluke, but I'll get into that. You can find me places. I don't really know. My gaming is sporadic these days, and I don't really be on the social media. But if you do want to ping us, hit us up at the Facebook page. That's Saltier Podcast on Facebook, as well as other places. Twitter. We have some different handles of which I am not familiar, but we will get to those. But yeah, if you want to reach out, definitely our Steam group too, because that'll show up. That'll show up like a beacon in the night if anything happens.
Still pushing the damn Steam page.
Yeah, we're up to like 40, 30,
damn
39.
boomer.
Yeah, we're doing the thing.
Have you checked out our Discord page recently?
I've seen a lot of people come in and out of it.
Yeah,
that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, joining from my stream.
Yeah.
It's cracking in there with stage streams.
Yeah. So we got 32 people, 36 people in our Discord now.
Nice.
Oh man, you guys are just miles above what where I last left you guys at.
What's that like? That's like 72 people combined between the two.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. So that's about it. We can get into all the details. First, let's go around. Whoever knows the deets for the social media and stuff, right now be the time. Insert here.
Uh-oh.
It's like we lost Goon here for a second.
He's on the search for our salt_tearpod somewhere.
Somewhere out there in the world.
Yeah.
Boogie,
is that Twitter?
In London, we'll patch him back in. But
he's gonna have to go ream down Comcast for his internet problem.
Salt_tearpod is the Twitter.
Okay, so Tearpod. Catch us on all the podcast places that you would normally find your podcast. Be sure to rate us up on those places, especially iTunes. Find us on YouTube Music, no longer Google Play. Find us on Stitcher, Spotify. I believe we're on there, and SoundCloud. So and also YouTube, but those get updated a little bit later.
There's no more Google Play.
Yeah, it's YouTube.
It's YouTube podcast now.
Yeah,
like what happened to Google Podcast is that the thing? I've been waiting because I've been actually a very avid user of Google Play back when it like betaed.
Yeah,
but that was crazy. I know it's getting put to the farm now.
It was a Google product, so at some point it had to be put down. We linked it on the website several times. We have the Killed by Google website on there linked. Make safe space for Stadia. Dream or whatever that was, their VR thing that got shuttered or got announced to be shuttered. Google Hangouts is going to be on there in December, so fare thee well to that Google service.
Sage, since the other two didn't listen to the rules and just started talking about video games, Sage, what have you been playing?
Phasmophobia, and I've played some Breath of the Wild on my Switch as well. That I am a new Switch owner. Also, Angelina was over during the weekend, so we did a bunch of photos, and then Kat was also over a separate day, and we did photos. So I did a lot of photo shoots this week.
Staying busy.
And I completely beefed it. So that is not tattoo. That is scratching and bruising. So I was like, my floor in my basement's like smooth. Sliding is not like you're doing like a cool 80s slide in and you'll stop. You keep going.
You
just slide and you keep going. And I had a purse and my arm scratched right across the buckle and it was awful. But Angelina and I did do some very sus Among Us cosplays.
Nice.
Oh, we hit that cycle on the internet now.
We did. Yes, indeed. And Keith, Albert would like back in.
If he's listening, hello. Your landing gear is down. I don't know why I always crack up at that scene on Wayne's World, but it always cracks me up. It's like it's not even an airplane thing. But anyways, well, so you've gone through your games.
I think I only played that. Really?
Well, I have more questions about your stream now that you've upgraded your software, or hardware, but we'll get into that later. Anyways, I'm a man of many names, many talents, and a lot of self-loathing. You've reached Dathan Kyler on today's podcast, but there's several different aliases I do go by, which is Von Shady, the Dark Prince of Delridge, Boy Lips Jr. There's several different names, but you can pick any one. it'd probably be okay. But anyways, I've been gone, being grinded out by work. And people know if they like follow me and a lot of things. I've been actually a lot quieter on social media, but mostly because I'm burning a lot of hours onto my work office over here, which is just off screen. But anyways, the few games I managed to play over time, Worms Armageddon.
Nice.
We've birthed a new PC player amongst my friend group.
That's always a
You
good
won't
thing.
cut a promo right now. Wow. He was one of the few lucky people and crazier people to pay a scalper for 3080. So he has gone back into the world of PC gaming. So I don't know if anyone's been paying attention. I've been actually playing Overwatch.
Actually,
And
are we friends on Overwatch?
I don't know.
Oh,
I've friended you on a lot of things. You don't add me on anything back.
Hey, I'm live.
I know. You made it
Welcome
back.
back.
I'm
Yes.
back.
You can hear your melodious
We've
strumming like
been
you're,
playing-
I'm back from the dead. Let's go.
you're the
Yeah.
bard. You're the bard in this group.
He's playing those musical beats, and it's inspiring my soul. But anyways, Worms Armageddon. I've been playing Overwatch. Apparently, I forgot that I'm okay at it. I play a lot of Junkrat because I'm a trash person, and then I play Bastion when I'm just really terrible. But anyways, we are, I think, 2 people short of a full squad, depending on if Derek can figure out how to plug in a controller on his computer and like play Overwatch. But
you mean the game he used to make fun of relentlessly, and now he's like hooked on it, and he's like, it's like old to him now.
well, to me, Derek has actually been playing a lot. I hated Overwatch, and I had my own reasons. But because my friend who's coming back out of an 8-year PC game hiatus, I kind of just play with him
Welcome
and catch
back.
up with them.
Welcome back.
Shout out to Momar.
Welcome back, brother. It's good
Welcome
to
back.
have you.
Welcome back to the good world. No
Yes.
more PS4 playing anymore.
The high
Just
life,
the real shit.
the champagne of beer.
I picked up Baldur's Gate 3. It's not played yet, but it's loaded.
Nice.
I have
Fair.
been really destroying my life with the Spelunky 2. And
I love that game.
it's
I hear,
pain.
I hear that game is digital crack all over.
I can't stop. Like I told myself yesterday before I went to my dad's birthday dinner that I was supposed to go like hang out with. I was 15 minutes late. It's because of Spelunky. I told myself I was going to play one run. I ended up playing 5 in 45 minutes, and then I was 30 minutes of a commute time from where I am in SeaTac to where the restaurant was. So Spelunky does have that problem.
You
And,
last quite a while. I do terribly. I still can't. But are you on controller or are you doing
I'm
keyboard?
on controller. No.
Yeah, that's
Are you-
why it's easier for
Keyboard.
you. It's
Who does
really
keyboard
hard.
on Spelunky? It's
I
terrible.
don't have a controller that works with my computer well.
But you have a PS4 controller.
Yeah, but the cable connector is really weak, and so like when it plugs into the
Oh yeah, like that's the downside of these current ones. I can't wait for the new ones because they'll have USB-C, and that shit doesn't happen.
yeah,
But
Well,
you know what I'm saying. It comes
does-
like disconnects.
does your motherboard have Bluetooth on it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because if it does, you can just direct connect it.
Let me ask.
So yeah, those are the games I've been playing. I really want to stink my teeth. What I want to do is finish the Divinity 2 campaign because all my friends, we always start one and then we just stop before we even get off the first like level island. Not like the boat tutorial, but like the first world island you start at.
That is my entire career with Divinity and Divinity 2. It's like I never leave the first town because I just talk to everybody, and that's like 80 hours just talking to people and like poking around. And then I'm like, by the time it's ready to go do something, I'm like, I already spent 80 hours not doing anything. It's like I'm kind of over it now. It's like it's almost too much game. There's some games that are like too much game, and those games are definitely borderline too much game. Like kind of like The Witcher 3 is like almost too much game.
What's ironic is me and my first group of friends that played through the campaign. We managed to finish the campaign. I think I've only like skipped out on a couple scheduled dates, but we did complete a campaign. But it's just like we have a 4 set. We played it as a 3 set, but as a 4 set, we just can't finish the first island. We get to I think we got into the first major boss in the underbelly of the castle before you go upstairs to like the I think it's 2 more bosses or 1 more boss. We got to finish that boss and we just never picked it back up. But let me tell you, we do play a lot of COD, and apparently Overwatch is making its round. So we're looking to fill 2 spots. Gotta be good ass players. or someone, oh, you want to play?
I'm
Well,
good.
Well, you're good. What do you play as?
I play as Farah. I play as Symmetra, Diva. I'm not really good as a healer, but I can pull
So
a
you can
mean
tank. You can
healer.
tank and gun. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I can
that's
tank and
interesting.
DPS.
Okay. All right. Well,
Uh,
still gotta. There was another game you invited me on, and I was like, oh, I wanted to play Among Us, and I like creeped into your little session, and I was like, you'll let me in, and then you just never picked me up, so I was like, I'm gonna go away.
oh, you made it into the Discord, but they didn't see you?
Yeah.
Or...
We need one more tank or healer, is one of my boys was saying. So whatever one you feel comfortable in. It sounds like, well, the problem is we already have a diva, so you can.
I mean, I can Moira.
Yeah, you could do some other stuff, but
Yeah.
we're looking to fill our slots up and maybe make a run at the league. Because guess what? We got the best diva in NA. I'll tell you that much right now. Shout out to my little drunk boy over there who's throwing in chats. But anyways,
Him, was that DJ?
yeah. No. But anyways, that's what I've been up to. So
MJ.
a little elongated introduction because guess what? I'm the host and I'm in charge of Saltier Podcast today as a host. But anyways, what have you guys been looking on the news? I only know computer shit right now, and I don't know a lot of game news.
Hey, hold on. Let's see what me and Goon have been playing because I've been kind of curious. I got some.
You guys already did your like half introduction.
Yeah,
of
but
games.
I didn't talk about what I
Bro,
was
it's
playing,
already
though.
obvious what I play.
Yeah. Is it stream compatible and does it include fists?
Yeah. Does it involve fighting in the word games probably attached to it? It's probably me.
Okay.
Even more narrow down, if it involves Dragon Ball and last name fighters, I probably spent like 120 hours past last week.
There you go. See?
Nice.
All right, Russ. What have you been playing? And let me guess, it's your Switch, right?
I've been playing my Switch. Oh, and I've been playing Stellaris, but I've been playing multiplayer Stellaris. And that's been kind of trippy. I've been playing with a friend who's kind of new to the game. He's familiar with the genre, so he's not totally lost, but he's like mechanically like stumbling with the game, and it's pretty fun actually. So I've been playing that, been getting into some goofy situations, breaking the AI. The AI on that game needs complete rework. It's broken. The computer does dumb stuff.
Okay.
But the Switch, I didn't plan on buying this. I was on Best Buy looking for something else entirely, and before I left, I was like, a Switch, whatever. Nobody ever has it, so I went in and looked.
It was just a game.
And I went and looked, and they had this one, the red and blue one. I really wanted the gray one, but I was like, whatever. So I put it in the cart, and I'm like, and I literally went to work, and I came back 9 hours later, and I hit refresh on the thing, and it was still in the cart. So I'm like, I guess this is a sign to buy a Switch. So I bought it thinking like, I bought a Switch. This is funny. And I loaded it up, and I'm like, oh, this thing's cool. And then I actually linked something on the Facebook page. It's this little adapter that you can get for it. It's normally $100 by itself. I think they're on sale now for like 70 something. And they rarely go on sale. I've seen these before like a while ago, and they rarely go on sale. But it's a little adapter. It's a throughput. So you plug it into your Switch, and then you plug your HDMI cable into that. And then you plug. It's also powered. It's got a USB plug that also plugs into like a wall or like a socket. And
Wait, are you not using the real dock?
No, it's the regular dock, but it plugs into the HDMI plug slot
Right.
on the inside of the dock, and then you plug your HDMI cable into that.
Oh,
So it's like a bridge in between, like the dock.
wait.
and...
So did you literally just explain the Nintendo base dock that comes with everything?
No,
It's
an
a
extra.
graphics
It's an extra piece.
enhancer.
Yeah, I put it on the Facebook page if you want to take a look
What
at
the
it.
fuck is it going to enhance? It's a damn
Yeah.
Switch.
No, it does. It does. It smooths out a lot of the jaggies, and it makes the colors like pop. It's
You're
like
not.
really vibrant.
Did you link that fucking French?
Yes, this thing.
That fucking garbage.
What is
No,
that?
no, this actually
That's
works.
garbage.
No, it actually works. You can.
It's okay. So this
You can turn
company.
it. You can turn it on and off and switch back and forth and see the difference. It actually does work.
It's a scam,
No,
and there's
it
several
actually
YouTube videos on it. I don't know why you're introducing trash into this house.
Because
But
I actually
not
turned it
approved.
on and off, like right in front of me, and it makes a
Your
difference.
damn boomer eyes got you all fucked up. You're buying weird shit that doesn't work. This is like the net jack from 45, or not 45, from like 99.
Yeah, maybe the previous model, because they were talking about the previous model. I have seen some of those videos. Like this is newer one. It's maybe like 2 or 3 years old. That other one is from like 2013 or something like that.
Selling damn digital snake oil in this
No.
house, and I don't like it.
I tell
I
you,
don't like
it works. It works. I seen it with my own eyes. I seen
Okay.
it.
I'm actually really curious because like I've
yeah.
seen a lot of reviews on Marcel, or they're called M
Yeah.
M products, but
Yeah.
I think it's like Marcel or something is what
Yeah.
the shortencation of
Yeah.
the word is.
The older ones, and yes, some of their other stuff is junk, but this one works. This one actually is legit. Digital Foundry did a video on it, and it actually did make a slight difference in there. So I was curious. And then a friend of mine who actually had one was like, "Oh, you're getting a Switch? Buy that thing." And like normally, this is somebody who I consult like PC parts and stuff with. So this guy was like, "Oh, I have a Switch. Buy that adapter. Like, forget what people are saying. Just buy it." And I was like, "Okay," and I did, and it made a difference. So I've been enjoying that. So I've been playing Smash Brothers. Actually, my kids have been unlocking Smash Brothers characters for me because I'm a boomer at that game.
I'm so tight about that, by the way, that it
What's
takes
that?
forever and a day to fucking unlock Smash characters.
Was it like an 8-hour minimum to go through? And
It's
Yeah.
too much. It's literally
fine.
too much.
It's fine. Like, to me, that's part of the appeal of the game. I get it though. If you just wanted to jump in and be competitive and practice with all of them, yes, it is a bit much. But if you have kids, hand them the controller. They'll just unlock all this shit for you.
We managed to unlock them all pre-launch of the pre-official launch of the game because Vince's mom's Nintendo.
Okay.
So we got early access to it and unlocked everything for almost before we
Nice.
did our 9-hour stream
Yeah.
for charity.
Yeah. So if you have like nieces and nephews, kids, neighbor kids, whatever, like just here, they'll unlock all that shit for you in like half the time. Like they just run right through it. But
and then you're like, you'll never play this game again. Give me my cartridge back.
Yeah, thanks a lot, kid. Stiff arm him out of there. But yeah, I played a little bit of Zelda. I'm also super boomer at that game. It's really awesome, but I suck. It's embarrassing. And
it's easy to just not play at the same time while playing. I'm just like, oh, let's just go around and do things.
Yeah, and then I'm off a cliff. And
I
then Mario
forgot
Kart.
Parachute.
Mario Kart I've been playing the crap out of because I want to unlock everything. So, and it's Mario Kart, so that's like the main reason I bought it.
You know what?
Yeah.
My next.
Speaking of Mario
game will
Kart,
be?
have you seen the new Mario Kart they're gonna release for the Switch?
No,
No.
I've not.
Oh my god, you guys haven't seen Mario Kart RC Real
No.
Life?
No.
Oh, yeah. I see.
I really want it. I really fucking want it.
Yeah.
For those who haven't seen these weird news articles that have been posted from Nintendo has decided to step their Mario game up. And what's the next frontier apparently for them? Bringing that shit in the real world with augmented reality. So so essentially the fucking scam of this is you get one Mario Kart character. So if you want the collection, you have to pay like probably $80-$100 per box. So essentially what's going on is these RC carts that you have like physically tangibly in the world.
Yeah.
You also have it has an augmented camera in the in the cart itself. It's at like the top back of the character's cart and it looks forward, and then it has digital sign checkpoints that you place in your house, and you basically just race on like in your house.
Yeah, and
like
each of those points is like the length of a track, so you can track if you're going out of bounds depending on where you put those sensors.
Yeah,
you can build like a whole raceway in your house, like on the floor, like around furniture and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it's actually really tight. I really want it.
Yeah,
and then like it's interesting when you use the power ups, like the cart. Like, well, obviously it's like spin off and like not do anything, but the fact that you can use the cart and it knows when you're gonna get hit or something affects it. Obviously, it's not gonna shrink or any of that shit. But oh my god, I got burps. I'm gonna throw up.
Boomer.
But anyways, that's what I saw from Nintendo that I was really excited for, and I haven't actually been excited for like a game gimmick that bad. I think since maybe the Rumble Pack for Nintendo 64 that fucking blew my mind.
Good call.
I was like,
good
I
call.
could buy this shit.
Yeah, good call. I was gonna say Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. You guys remember Captain Power? Anybody?
No.
Where's my 90 kids at?
That might be too boomer for me. Even though I just turned 30 like
Boomers
8
my
months
parents.
ago.
Okay, you missed Captain Power.
Captain Power is 87.
Yeah, he's like, remember back in like 82 when we had like this shit going on as a kid? I'm like, yo, we weren't even, like, our parents weren't even at that stage yet. They haven't decided to date and marry, make a damn mistake. But
I think my parents got married around that year.
Nice.
Yeah, my biological family had to get married out of shame.
Shame.
So you weren't a bastard?
I was a bastard.
Oh, you were a bastard.
Yeah. Well, I think. No, actually, I actually don't know. But we 89. Not a lot of parents were progressive about double last names, so I took my father's last name. But anyways, So how do you like the Switch world with your digital snake oil rubbed on your screen?
It's fantastic.
Mhm.
It's a nice salve. You got to put it in your eyes. It like really clears up all the colors and things. But
I
no,
want people to look at reviews of this product. I'll go find and put on the Facebook because I haven't done anything. The last thing I put on, people may have caught it, and actually only one person caught it, but everyone probably looked at it like, "Who the fuck is going on?" But we'll put that product up with if you want to see if it has digital snake oil or does it actually improve your eyes. It's made by M Adapters or whatever the company is called, but it's a French company that does digital enhancement adapters for not just modern consoles. They try to do legacy consoles, so like
yeah, it has
PS1.
it has a
It's
setting for that. It's either off or it does like the 1080p upres thing for like a Switch or a whatever, and then or a Switch or an Xbox. And then it also has like for retro controllers too.
yeah, it's an interesting technology, but I don't buy into it. I've seen if you guys don't know, I actually watch a lot of videos about like video game, like vintage upscaling video signals because it does what I do, which is video game like stuff, and then like video signaling, which is a big passion of mine. It's very sad, but this is what I do for a living. And it breaks down a lot of those upscalers, how signals are processed through a console back in the old days, and why we can't do like decent resolutions on modern displays, and then trying to figure out how to solve problems to meet to those standard displays where you can, instead of playing an emulator, because I feel like there's a loss in translation when you play an emulator versus on original hardware. And what I'm doing is I'm cheating by buying FPGA consoles and then like cheating that system. But I think at one point I would like to mod like a PS1 and put like the HDMI output on it so I get like a clean signal coming out of it. It'd be tight. I'm getting a fucking retarded boutique console from Analog for Nintendo and Famicom where it was like $500 I bought brand new, and it can output to a digital signal nice and clean. It's basically a cannibalized NES on steroids. Analog makes it, but it's like the equivalent of like the Drop or one of those like boutique websites that are like, hey, we only have 500 of these like keyboards. You want it for $200? It makes all the clicky noises.
Yeah.
It's that equivalent, but like they do good stuff. I have Analog Super NT and Analog Mega SG, and I'm gonna get an Analog Mini NT Noir. So that's their NES stuff. You can guess the Super and Mega.
What kind of outputs do those have HDMI and stuff?
They have HDMI built in. They're FPGA consoles, so it's hardware emulation. So it's doing as best it can at a hardware level to do emulation. Versus like a software emulation where for certain games, like best example is like Star Fox for the Super NES that had the FX chip, and games with the FX chips were built differently in the cartridge where you needed a special chip on the thing. Yeah. On the cartridge itself, and then when it loads in, it knows how to handle like this extra 8-bit cache of video memory to do special effects for visual stuff. When you software emulate, not a lot of games are coded to have that that special effects chips, and you know there's workarounds to do it, but at a software emulation level, if they don't account for it, it does weird shit to the game visually where you'll think it's broken. So what people end up doing is they'll either mod a console where it's has the original pieces, but they like solder the video output differently, and it can actually signal out like the true RGB signals into an HDMI display or a SCART cable, which is the French version of a HDMI cable, or not the French, the EU signal that used to be predominant in the early 2000s till like late 2000s before HDMI just defaulted everything. But anyways, that was a long discussion. M Audio, or not M Audio, but I feel like it's M Audio is an audio thing. But anyways, we'll put the link in for that device. You be the judge and spend your $80 because I'm not going to do it.
Well,
I posted it on our. No, I didn't. You did. I don't know what we're doing.
Anyways, that's not a good thing to say on a live broadcast. Well, we hit our break point, which is we're 30 minutes in, so we do an announcement saying, "Hey, you're listening to Saltier Podcast on the Soundcasting Network. We're available on multiple listening platforms: Spotify, Apple iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud. We can't say Google Play anymore. It's just Google Podcasts is what that is. So find us on those things. We're on all the popular social medias. I don't know if we have a TikTok yet. Did you guys do a TikTok?
I'm too
TikTok
for that
videos?
shit. Does anybody have a TikTok?
And plus, what's the point? It's gonna get shut down in like any time now.
TikTok is best used watching crazy meth head talk about how they do meth and the weird meth problems people have. That's the TikTok I like.
We will not be doing a TikTok because we prefer that all of our private information only be collected by spies from this country, not China.
All right. Thank you, super producer Keith. He is wonderful. I love him. He has dealt with my crazy ass for a lot longer than I let people do. But anyways, you can find us on all the social medias. Who's got the social media stuff? I know we have an Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. What are the aliases?
Salt_tierpod for Instagram and Twitter, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yep. And then we also have our subgenre / event group, Bonus Round FGC, on Twitter as well.
Nice.
I was gonna also putting that up as a separate entity, but we'll sneak that in because you guys get it because that's the other half of our brand. So I feel like it gets its own thing. But if you type in Salt Tier Pod or Salt Tier Podcast or something in that variation of order on the most popular social medias, you'll find us.
Look for a salt shaker.
There you go. And then since Goon was so eager to talk about the other half of the business, we do Bonus Round, which is a local Seattle fighting tournament where it's hosted by our fearless leader for Goon, who's single-handedly carried that thing through this entire year it's been and COVID. So Goon, also, this is your chance to talk more about it now. Cheers.
Hey, so Mr. Keith the Boogie and I have been working on Bonus Round for some time, since like last year, late last year. It's just starting off as just fighting game tournaments. We hold them at Trinity Nightclub before the COVID Nation attacked. So hopefully when all this subsides, we'll be back to our back on our bullshit.
COVID gang.
Yeah, COVID gang. And we hope to evolve more than just fighting games, but we figured that's a good start. And then I'm really excited to see what we can do with it. This is kind of like a passion project. So I hope you guys support not just Saltier Podcast, but also Bonus Round as it's part of the Soundcasting Network as well.
Cool.
Please come play with us.
Yes, play with us.
It's money to be won and people to crush. And I'm all about crushing.
I kind of have an idea. I'd never seen it for something competitive. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to write that down. We'll talk about it after the show. Hold on. I might have an idea for like a different genre thing that we could cover there.
Awesome. Well, that's us in a nutshell, but oh my God, I got to drink better beer. But I will say we have to shout out to our lovely sponsor, Voodoo IPA Ranger.
Thank you, Voodoo.
I'm being cheap and not pleasuring my taste bud with good beer. I'm drinking piss water because I want to be trash this week. But what I will say, please have a nice helping of IPA brewery beers. They're nice and fragrant. They have only the very sexy fragrance that I really love out of good beers. They hook us up a lot with different flavors, seasonal stuff. Sage has the box of what was in the box that you showed earlier? What was the flavor of IPA that you've chosen?
I have the summer seasonal box, which is the 1985 mango IPA. It was super delicious and probably my favorite of their rotating IPAs so far. And we bought like we don't normally buy beer, especially don't buy like multiple packs of it at a time, but we bought multiple packs of this at a time.
Hey,
yeah.
And that's to say we make good, or that our sponsor makes good beer. I don't know why I thought we could make good beer because I am an alcoholic. I just drink the beer, not make it. But what I will say is hashtag live rangerously and drink responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
Drink responsibly, people.
Drink responsibly always.
Don't end up like me, where I decided, oh, let's just post a video on Instagram of me throwing up because I drank too much, because I thought that was funny. Some people were concerned.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that was on Instagram. That was a hot Instagram take at 2:30 in the morning.
I
A lot of questions to answer on my behavior from a lot of people, but I like the art. Anyways, what else has been popping in the news? And yes, Lucas, the mountains are blue. They stay blue in this house when the time comes for it.
So everyone kind of remembers Apple and I guess all the other mobile platforms just kicking Epic off of their phones. What was that? Like it was Unity Engine wasn't allowed to be on their Fortnite and stuff wasn't allowed to be on
Like
their
the
store
Unity
anymore?
engine itself can't be on Apple.
Well, a judge permanently restrained Apple from blocking the Unity engine, which means it won't force so Fortnite can come back to the Apple Store, but it was how their system was working. I think what the Saverings, you went into detail on it previously about how, like, what was it, like the pay system in there was against Apple standards, and then everybody else kind of followed suit and kicked them off.
Yeah, basically you can't have a store inside of their store, which is what they were doing, and they lowered the price of the V-Bucks to reflect like the 30% that Apple wasn't taking anymore. So not only did they have a store inside the store, but they were pricing the items in the store to be like, oh, here's how much it is, with Apple not taking money out the top because we're inside of their store. So then that's kind of how it came off. And yeah.
So the update on that is on Friday, a judge refused to grant Epic Games a preliminary injunction against Apple that would force the game developer to reinstate Fortnite on the App Store, while simultaneously granting an injunction that keeps Apple from retaliating against the Unreal Engine.
So basically they got a restraining order. They can both stay in the same house, but you got to stay on opposite sides, right? Somebody's got to sleep in the pool house.
Yeah, so we now have a permanent version of a temporary restraining order.
Yeah, this is a corporate restraining order. Yeah, like until it goes to trial, you guys got to stay away from each other in the same premises.
Yeah, so Epic Games aren't banned, but Fortnite is currently still, as far as I can understand.
Yes.
Very interesting on
and the thing with that
being able to ban apps because they make money more off of you.
Well, you just can't have a store inside of a store. That's why Microsoft doesn't like them either, because they want to have Game Pass on there, and that's a store inside of a store because you can buy the games through the app. So that's why Microsoft was like, Apple's greedy, but then they all take 30% off the top. If you have a game on Xbox, Microsoft takes 30%. If you have a game on Steam, they take 30%. That's pretty much what it is. But then certain ones are like, Apple, you're bad for that. I don't know.
None of that. Don't be a greedy goblin. But we're gonna be needing that cut though, and I'm gonna want like 2% of that cut.
I think the problem with Apple is, well, the reason why these companies come after them is because their thing is completely walled off just to themselves, whereas Microsoft, Sony, all these other companies, they all touch each other. All their stuff is cross-play. All their platforms are cross to some point, to some degree. So I think they're going after Apple because Apple's completely walled off. It's like that one little fortress in the middle, and you've conquered everything around it, and they're just like, you're right in the middle of my territory. Get out of here. So yeah.
Not allowed.
Yep.
Cool. Well, apparently you can't open your own market on someone else's market. It's not a free market. It's very restrictive, especially when you're off of someone else's dime.
I mean, there's definitely exceptions to the rule, but in general, that's kind of how they all roll.
Big no-no. But anyways, anything else that was newsworthy? Like, I feel so old not looking at any sort of Kotaku article anymore.
There actually is sort of breaking. I just read this just now. But for those people that are playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone, you get looks like there is a new Halloween theme called The Haunting of Verdansk, and it's a collaboration with Saw and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And they also introduced a Zombie Royale mode. So anyone that's into COD, check out that new stuff. It looks pretty cool. Like I saw a little clip of it while you guys were talking. Looks pretty lit. I don't really play shooters, but that was really cool that they interacted with like Saw and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so you can get like Leatherface's outfit and what's that Saw Dolls thing outfit?
What is that?
Jigsaw, yeah, Jigsaw's outfit. I thought that was really cool.
Nice. Well, all right. You're not the first person I've heard today say that. And the other person is not really a Call of Duty or zombies type person either. And they were like, that looks pretty cool. So, yeah. All right.
I'm a big Chad, so let me tell you, I know my way around the art of the gun. Gotta be quick with the steel, if you know what I mean.
Can't be any geek off the street.
Oh, but actually, can we talk a little bit about? I don't know if you guys have, but talk a little about that Among Us phenomenon that's been happening.
People can't fucking stop shutting up. We gotten to the point where that's now porn. If no one's been watching Twitter or
my kids play both versions because Roblox always has like the rip-off version of the game, and that one has tens of millions of people playing it.
Of course,
like lots of people.
Yo, so wait, we can screen share?
Yeah, screen share that shit.
Yeah, hold up.
It won't take the audio probably, but give it a shot.
Well, so I'm just sharing my screen, right? So here, I'm gonna actually before I do,
I'll put it to you this way. For all like the sports ball fans out there, if you ever watch Bleacher Report, they have a couple of series on there that's like spoofs of sports, and it's like based on something goofy. Well, they have one for the NFL. It's called Gridiron Heights, and it's really off the wall, and like it's like the family. It's like a whole episode of Family Guy like smashed into like 2 minutes. So it's just insane. But the last one they did, they were talking about like which teams are the frauds, like who's like not like an actual good 4-1 team. And then the whole premise, it was Among Us. So all the coaches and the players are all wearing like different colored suits, like kicking, like you're not good because you lost to this team. And yeah, it was, you're the imposter. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys probably can't see it, huh?
You gotta click share screen or
I did click share, but I think I need Mr. Key to approve it for me.
Well, the approval rating. What is this, Russia?
Yeah, you gotta approve the screen share, but.
There we go.
Hey, thank you, sir. So this is Among Us Steam charts. So basically, you can go to steamcharts.com and see the active users for video games that Steam has. So for example, this is Among Us, right? I blew up the screen because I didn't want you guys to see it until I revealed it. But so at the beginning of January, right, it was only like 117 people playing it, which is nothing. And then you get a gradual increase as you go up through the years, right? And then around August, shit kind of blew up. At the end of July, beginning of August, because now you bumped up to 18,000, and by September you had 151,000 players. And as of right now, we're at 201,000 players.
My kids are like 3 of those. Right now.
That's crazy. Look at the game percentage on this.
That's pretty insane.
The peak players almost 500,000 players.
Dude,
that was an actual like number average. I looked up. That's an exponential growth.
Dude,
that's crazy.
Dude, that's like Counter-Strike numbers and shit right there.
That is Counter-Strike numbers. Like that's crazy. Actually, now that I think about it, while we're here, can we check what's the top playing games?
I like to run into my daughter's room while she's playing it and just yell, "She's sus!" and then back out.
Check this out. Look, Among Us is 3rd on the charts.
Woo!
It's
Team
like
Fortress is back up.
It's like triple Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dang.
It's more than Rocket League. Phasmophobia is up there too,
which is brand new.
Yeah, which literally came out this month.
It's like
a game that came out this month with 71,000 active players.
It's like 4 times as many as PUBG. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. That is nuts. I'm actually surprised that Team Fortress 2 is still up here, but like I'm actually pretty impressed.
Team Fortress 2 is lit. That's why.
It's been lit for forever.
That game will always be lit. That game's lit.
But anyway, I just wanted to share that, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now. But yeah, that's crazy. That's some crazy shit.
I'm glad you brought that up because can we talk about the opposite of what's happening to another big game? And we haven't really spoken about it on this show. We did when it got announced and it came out and it went over like a lead balloon. But the opposite of that would be Marvel's Avengers. Have you guys been seeing the drama with that game?
No.
Multiplayer is basically broken on the PC because it didn't.
That fucking new Marvel game that fucking sucks.
Yeah, Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix's Marvel's The Avengers. Yeah, that game.
Yeah.
You got to say the whole thing. It's like a Trial Quest because all these companies just dogpiled on this thing and tried to make. League is not on Steam. They're Loud and Brown. It's not a Steam game.
This is how Boomer Derek is on PC. He has no shit about anything. He literally bitched about his controller not connecting into Overwatch when literally this is how you set it up, Derek, right here. Here's a 360 controller. Here's the wire. Oh, here it goes. Oh wow.
And if it's Bluetooth, you just hit the home button and turn on your Bluetooth, and it just goes, "Oh, controller."
Bluetooth is not on my motherboard, by the way.
Okay.
I found that out.
Okay.
I guess you're gonna have to buy that $5.99 adapter.
Yeah, just get that little adapter. Just get one that comes with a mouse and just throw the mouse away and use that. But basically, but that game, the matchmaking is broken because at any time there's like 600 to maybe 1,000 people playing it, and this is a Marvel Avengers, the AAA extravaganza game. So that game, and there's no roadmap really. There's nobody coming back to it. So rest in peace, Square Enix, Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, Marvel's The Avengers. We hardly knew you.
Rip.
So we were supposed to know him. It was supposed to be cool, like the fucking 360 X-Men game that was like play like 80 people from the X-Men roster.
Yeah. It's about Ultimate Alliance and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is. Not X-Men, but like it had everyone. Like it was supposed to be like a better version of Ultimate Alliance, and they fucked that up.
And then they had Ultimate Alliance 3, but it's only on the Switch. Like, why'd you do that? So anyway, and I mean,
it was smart that they probably got a really good thing. Everyone was like, "Fuck this! I'm picking up a Switch and doing Marvel Alliance."
I mean, that's true, but you could have sold like a shit ton more. I would have bought it on the PC if it was on the PC. So that's a sale right there. And I have a Switch, and I'm not going to buy it on there. So you lost a sale. So yeah. So I wanted to point out like the opposite of Among Us. So right now, Marvel's The Avengers is much less than. Among Us is greater than Marvel's The Avengers. So.
I only watched playthroughs of Marvel's Avengers, thinking like it's gotta not suck anymore, right? No, it fucking still sucks.
I'll put it to you this way: I played in the beta and it crashed the desktop, like 20 minutes into the game. So, yeah.
Oh, it's not even optimized for PC. They just shit on it.
You know, you got to brute force your way into it. If you're not rocking like a 2070 and up, where you can just like force feed it and make it do the thing, you're gonna struggle in that game. Like performance wise,
that's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Well, Marvel's done it again. They've shown a point where I shouldn't even give a shit about that brand. I don't want that Marvel money.
Fun fact: did you know that the Fortnite characters, the Marvel characters in Fortnite, that's canon in Marvel Comics? Like that happened in the comics, like them being there.
Oh, they read into the universe.
It started off in the comics and they spilled into Fortnite.
Ugh.
So it's actual canon.
Well, they built a canon arc so that there's a reason why Marvel characters are in Fortnite.
Yeah. So
sounds like someone's a little desperate for attention.
Yeah. So Daredevil doing the stanky leg, like that's canon.
Trying to stay relevant with these kids and the youth.
Mm-hmm.
I did buy the Daredevil skin. I'm not.
Of course you did.
Jesus Christ!
Damn it!
Of course you would.
Basic bitch.
You would buy like that, and plus it doesn't even make any sense. Why would you want a hot red outfit in a game where you're trying to like not get shot?
What are you talking about? Everyone styles with stupid outfits in Fortnite.
That's
Damn
true,
boomer.
but Daredevil is solid hot red from toe to toe. He looks like he's a green screen guy or something.
That's nothing different than stupid people wearing like obnoxious helmets and styling on you because they can fucking like hit scan way better than you can.
And plus, Daredevil's blind. I ain't supposed to shoot a gun anyway.
Anyways. So let it be known how disappointing Marvel Avengers was. It was supposed to be Marvel Ultimate Alliance, like 3.0 with HD graphics.
Yep.
Fuck that up.
That's all they had to do. That
But
just
go
reinforces the
figure
point.
a game that has been on the market for like 3 years, I think. I looked at like the history of Among Us.
Yeah.
Just fucking sell millions. It's fine. People like playing weird hide and seek games.
Yeah.
And telling the youth that they're sus.
They gotta be scratching their head there. They spent like $200 million on an Avengers game, and they're getting buried by a game that like 3 people made probably for like 10 grand.
It's fucking
2 years ago.
2.0, bro.
Yep.
ET 2.0. History is cyclical, baby. It repeats itself.
Yep. Like Avengers struck out. So that's about it. I had 3 really quick tech fappy things. I just wanted to run it past you guys, see what you thought.
Okay.
And they all kind of run together too.
You're waiting to hear my opinion on this. That's you're fucking baiting me.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about the enhancer. We already know how you feel about that. I missed you, Shady. Let's see. Well, the first one is, and I know you guys all saw this probably, was the PlayStation 5 UI got revealed. Did you guys see what your PS5
Oh, they let you lift
like?
up the skirt of the PS5 past the ankles?
Yes. You
Ooh,
saw some kneecap in
Tyson.
there. So basically, It's pretty slick. One of the features I'm looking at is the picture-in-picture. So that'd be pretty cool for like co-op games. I'm thinking something like Stellaris on there, where you can see the person's screen and you can, so you can like coordinate if you're like working together or something like that. And it's snappable, so you can move this picture-in-picture screen around.
Wait, so you get a feed of someone else's screen that you're playing with?
Yes, and it works through your party system, and it also works across PlayStation 4.
It's very reminiscent of Discord video sharing, is what it sounds like.
It is.
Like literally on any game that I play with my friends that need coordination, they'll be like, "Hey, stream your screen. We need to see where you're at." Like that is a common thing now.
Yes.
Where screen cheating's made its way back, guys. You thought it was gonna go away in couch co-op? Fuck that shit. Welcome to fucking 2020 technology, baby.
Yep, there you go. So yeah, that's definitely what it is, and Sony put it in here so you didn't have to like piece out and be in Steam on your desktop computer that you got running through your PC or whatever. So yeah, they want you to stay in the ecosystem because that's what Sony does, and I don't blame them because they make gobs of cash doing it that way. They also introduced this concept called cards for games, and it's not the trading cards on Steam, and it's not anything like that. But basically,
is it a fucking Hue card? Are we bringing that back too? Because
basically,
fucking video games are learning their lessons again.
Basically, but in a game you can go to the menu. And actually, it's like an overlay, and it'll show you like your progress on the stage. It'll show you things like that. If you're stuck on a certain part, or you would need like a boss strategy, there's no spoilers in it, but it'll give you it'll show like a little screen, and it'll give like tips and tricks and stuff like that. So it's basically a strategy guide.
It's Nintendo Power in my fucking PS5.
There you go. Yeah,
Instantly.
exactly. Yep.
Oh
it's
man,
Nintendo Power.
I really want to pick up another video game zine. God, I used to be so addicted to tips and tricks.
Yeah, tips and tricks, EGM, Next Generation, like those were my jam.
God damn.
Remember that back in the day? Good times.
Hey, you guys aren't that young. You guys seen those magazines?
Yep. So the main bullet point here, and this kind of feeds into the other two little mini topics underneath it, is also they revealed that the UI is going to be completely 4K, including all the elements, the backgrounds, and it'll be full HDR as well. So if you have a monitor or a screen or a TV that supports that, you can take full advantage, and your menus can be HDR. Like wowzers. What do you guys think about that? Does a UI make or break a console for you? Are you guys excited? Does that
I don't give a fuck.
Can you get me into the game fast?
As long as it plays and
it is quick
up with SSD like speed, I'm okay.
Yes, and they did show that they showed somebody playing a game, and they had a friend that was playing again that was multiplayer, and he jumped right into the other game, and it was less than 10 seconds. Jumped right into another game and joined that person's multiplayer session. Was actually in the game with them, and they didn't have that game preloaded on their system. It wasn't running in the background. That was a cold boot of that game joining their friend's game, and they were in there within. It wasn't instant, but it was within like 10 seconds. It was like SSD speeds, like what you would think. So that was a pretty cool feature. This builds into the next one. People have had their hands on the pre-release version, and keep in mind this is the pre-release; it's not the finalized hardware. The pre-release version of the Xbox Series X, and they've been testing it and playing on it. And no actual Series X native games, but they've been able to play backwards compatible games and upscaled games and stuff like that. But one of the things that they've noticed is the UI in the dashboard for that is only in 1080p. So that started a whole flame war, and of course you can imagine the fanboys went nuts, and it was all going back and forth, and people were saying rip, like Microsoft already lost because their UI is only 1080p.
Who gives a fuck?
Exactly, as long as it's zippy. And that leads into the third point, and I think these two are related. In March there was a leak, and it showed elements of the PS5 UI back then, and for some reason this video is still up. I don't know how this didn't get pulled down. It's on YouTube. You can still look it up. But basically, it showed several different screens, several different sections of the UI. One of them was the storage, and without any games or anything installed on it, it said it had about 640 gigabytes available. The hard drive on the PS5 is 125 gigs, so you figured there'd be about 100 gigs or whatever taken up by like firmware and updates and whatever. But this is looking like there's about 200 gigs being taken up without any games installed. So you might be looking at, in your brand new PS5 and SSD, that's 600 gigs. How many installs is that? Like how big is like GTA 5? And that's going to be a launch game.
Like 80 gigs. Like,
at least.
Textures.
That's 130 gig install on PC. So
Is
on
it?
console, yeah,
That's a fucking scene.
yeah. For all the stuff, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is probably going to be 100 gigs plus. And plus, like
How
any
does that
backwards.
game still stay popular? I don't fucking understand Assassin's Creed.
Here's the thing: I totally understand that game, but they just oversaturated so much. Right now, if they were smart, they'd probably only be on like Black Flag or something now, or whatever one came out after that. Like they'd only be on like 5 instead of like 9 that they're on now. Like if they stretch those games out, they'd be so much more popular now. Or I don't know. Like they still sell well, but they'd be more like they'd be more like an event. They'd be more like a Mario game or something when those come out. You know?
Yeah, well, at least with a Mario game, they do fucking something completely different.
That is
Like
true.
that's part of the Mario brand is innovation gameplay every time when you play Mario.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's got a lot of the
Let
same
me tell
moves
you,
and elements.
Assassin's
and
Creed
music,
ain't
but
fucking Mario.
No, it's
That's fucking for sure. I'll tell you that much. Y'all can ride Ezio's dick for fucking 20 plus years of cosplays and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Ezio is a lame ass character, and you fucking know it.
And they
you
still
damn
talk about
shitters.
that. And that was like 14 years ago or something now. Or no, it wasn't 14 years ago. That was like 11 years ago now.
Yeah, like people still bring up Ezio like he's relevant. Like we're fucking Assassin's Creed Rome at this point. So
Yeah.
fucking Zeus cosplay. I'm part Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
You could do that shit easily.
Yeah.
But
so I'm thinking a lot of this space got taken up by those 4K native elements. So maybe that was a design choice on Microsoft's part. Like let's not sit on the whole hard drive just for like the UI. And maybe Sony just went all in and that stuff's uncompressed because you're gonna want it to.
Yeah, it has to have scaling assets and just stuff to take advantage of the clarity of having magnitude more of pixels.
Yes.
Like
so that was the big outrage. One of the big outrages in the gaming sphere this week. I take it by you guys as
disinterest looks and blank stares into the world.
Rambunctiousness over this that you all find this very important and relevant in your next gaming system.
Because we're all console gamers.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying though, like Goon for your Street Fighter experience. I mean, don't you want that nice 4K UI to go in and out of?
No, he wants good netcode's what he wants. First off, that's the biggest thing he wants.
Don't you want to see that error message for connecting to servers in 4K? Won't that make a difference for you?
Hi.
You're on mute, nerd.
Yeah.
Welcome to the COVID era.
My bad. I want to see the fucked up rollback in 4K.
Yeah, there you go.
I do not want to see.
Yeah,
I don't want to see anything else. I don't even like Street Fighter.
the little broken connection switch in the corner. Don't you want that rendered in 4K?
I would want the game to actually exist.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be real here,
the netcode is pretty.
But you know what? I mean, in terms of fighting games, Guilty Gear comes out for it next year on PS5, so I would actually like to see that in 4K.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you want to see that enhanced 2D graphics? You want to see all the hue, the color of a flame coming out of someone's fist?
ArcSys always makes beautiful games, so
And and that's the thing too. Since like the original PlayStation, for fighting games, it got smoked by the Saturn. Like it wasn't until like PS3 maybe they really got like their 2D fighting game like down.
No, dude. The Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast.
Dreamcast was
but I mean like on a PlayStation, like it wasn't until like
it wasn't until PS3 with Street Fighter 4.
Okay,
but even then it wasn't really used on PS3 that much. It was used on Xbox 360.
Okay,
everyone played Street Fighter 4 on Xbox 360.
So it'll be interesting to see like did they plan for that with this one? Like do they want to make sure it runs great with like 2D pixel art and stuff like that? Like I'm curious about that too. Yeah, me too.
But my gripe with the PS4 right now is that the USB-C ports, or just the USB ports in general, like they only have one actual port that it's made to be used, and the other port's a charging port, from what I understand. So okay. I kind of have some gripes about that, especially if you're like going to be using it for events. Like it's going to be a bitch you have to get like a converter or like another or like a port, like
like a hub.
It's going to suck.
Wait, one port on the PS5 is data, one's just power only.
Yeah,
that's fucking retarded.
That's
I can't say that word.
Yeah, that's what I found.
I'm gonna get canceled. Fuck.
I hope it gets changed or anything like that. But there's also there's another data port in the back of the PS5. So there's one data port in the front and one in the back, but then the other one in the front is a charging port. And I'm like, why the fuck are you doing it like this?
Yeah, you gotta get.
How much more money does it cost to just add another data line into the front?
Look, it's Bluetooth, so it matches the PlayStation.
Product placement.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's
Not
so
sponsored.
bad. That's such a bad architectural design. Like, what is that going to save in production costs down the line? Just to say, hey, we only have 2 data ports instead of 3, like
Yeah,
we usually would do.
That's another thing. Yeah, I'm really curious about the IO. They showed like the teardown video. They showed all the ports and stuff. So I'm really curious to see like what they still might have locked behind something in a weird way, or I don't know. Yeah.
No, I feel that.
I don't know. I'm gonna buy it regardless. I'm a console collector,
I'm
so I'm buying it.
I'm probably wait till like next year, but I'll buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick one up. I plan on picking up one of those, and call me crazy, I'm gonna pick up a Series S, not an X, an S.
Why?
Is that the cheaper one?
Yeah, that's a cheap one.
I think I was actually thinking of doing that too. Also next year.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the integral differences between the two?
Slim.
Yeah, the S has a smaller hard drive. It's only got like a 500 gig, so really like 300 gig probably.
Okay.
But you can just buy an external drive, I'm sure.
Yes, and it does work with external drives. And I have like my little caddy, my little bay down here. I can just pop one in and plug it into that.
There you go.
But the main difference is instead of 12 teraflops, it has, hear me out, it has 4 teraflops of power. It has the same CPU at the same speed,
Mhm.
and still has a PCIe 4.0 hard drive. It does have ray tracing. It's not targeting 4K. It's targeting 1440p and 120 FPS, which is what I'm curious about. That's what I want to get it. Like with 4 teraflops, and you're telling me 1440p at 120, and this is at like good settings too, supposedly. So I'm kind of curious, and I want to see that. But for me, I could say I could blame it on kids, because the extra screen, extra controllers and stuff is always good. They play a lot of the same cross-play games, your Rocket Leagues, your Roblox, your Fortnites. They play all that stuff on different screens anyway. So I'm blaming it on them, but it's really like my sick curiosity. I want to see like really what that system's about. So I'll have a review on here.
You're dumb. I think you're dumb. I think you're dumb.
That's what everyone
the
says.
X.
No,
You're not, like, you're also gonna play on this, so you might as well just treat yourself instead of torture yourself.
Well, here's the thing. Like my PC, worst case scenario, the X matches my PC because I have a 2080 Super. I got a really nice processor. I got 32 gigs of RAM, so I have that already, and I have Game Pass, so I can just play that on my PC. I'm more curious about what the hell an S is, and if I don't like it, my kids will play it, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's intentionally giving himself one eye experience of a 2-eye experience, but that's cool. Anyways,
I have it already. So,
well, we've gabbed on for over an hour, and I don't know if you're still listening to us or if you cut it off at the 30-minute mark. But this is Saltier Podcast. We're here every Monday live on YouTube, apparently, and on Facebook. But anyways, I think it's time for closing statements before I go into a whole spiel of the closing comments of things. So let's start with, since Goon came in a different part of the screen, I'm going to go with you first.
Me? Okay. Well, thanks for listening to us chat and be boomers about specific things.
very.
Once again, I'm Goon PNW. Please catch me at Goon PNW on most of my social media handles that I want you to follow. So it's Twitter mostly and Facebook, but I try not to use Facebook too much, even though I kind of work for them. But I think that's the reason why I don't want to use it that much. But
is it also because the internal Facebook is like so much better than like the regular Facebook?
It's like a million times better. I still don't want to use it, but it is a million times better.
It's amazing.
But anyways, be sure to catch me on those social media accounts. I also run Bonus Round FGC, which again is part of the Soundcasting Network and an off-brand of Saltier Podcast. So be sure to check that out on Twitter. It's Bonus Round FGC is the tag. I post events and anything that leads up to specific events that we also collaborate with. So if you like fighting games, please tune in and check some of our stuff out. I've been streaming tournaments during the COVID times while we can't have any in-person stuff. So come catch it, watch some really good players play video games. I do a themed game every month, so it just depends on what the flavor is. Aside from that, I'm going to kick it over to Miss Sage Bell.
Hello. You can find me at Twitter, Twitch, most places at Sage Bell. You can also find me SageBell_model if that doesn't work. I stream live on Twitch Thursday nights, 7 p.m. with Rogue Dragon TV. Since it's Halloween season, we're doing spooky games, primarily and um, yeah.
Hey, Sage Bell, I have an extra VR. I should drop it off to you, and you should play like a horror game in VR.
Oh
What,
my
like a
God.
full on like Vive?
Yeah.
I have a extra Oculus Rift.
I would
Ooh.
totally play God, how do I pronounce it? Phasmophobia. There we go.
Yes,
I
play
would
that.
totally play that with the VR. I would do it.
I would also recommend Dread Halls. Dread Halls freaks me the hell out. Yeah. So
I have to Steam look that up.
yeah, we'll have to coordinate it. So you can come get it.
Remember to vote. That is my closing statement.
Nice. So it'd be me, the Savoring.
Yep.
What's up, everyone? Don't really have anything deep or profound to say. Just stay safe out there. Definitely stay safe out there. Enjoy some games. Save up your pennies because it's about to get real expensive real quick if you're trying to pick some stuff up for the holidays. If you get to pick it up at all, because we're having all sorts of shortages. As we talked about on the show previously, we talked about the NVIDIA cards and the PS5 debacle and the Xbox debacle and the Switch randomly coming and going. Yeah. What's up?
I was going to say the Switch should stay coming in gradually because that's what it was predicted according to
That's totally how I bought mine. And I still check and it's still there. They still have them at Best Buy. So, okay. I'm tempted to buy another one just because they're around for some reason.
Be sure to also order your shit ahead of time because of COVID. I'm sure the deliveries are going to get delayed with how busy it's going to be. So be smart. Order ahead of time. Don't be a lazy fuck.
Yes.
Don't be a lazy fuck.
Sage,
order your stuff.
That is sage advice right there. Because I've had 2 orders be sent back, and one of them had my classic controller for my Switch in it.
Because I'm the only house within like the 2 houses on either side of me that actually have our number on the house.
Yeah.
And I will like obsessively watch deliveries because the stupid people will deliver it to the wrong house.
Even though they have no numbers on it.
Yeah, and ours does. I ordered a card, like a not CF SD card from Best Buy yesterday, and it showed up yesterday, like within an hour. And he put it on the next door neighbor's porch, parked in front of our house, and put it on their porch. So watch for when your deliveries are coming too.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't go to the wrong house.
Yeah, I ordered an RGB power supply. Shady, you'd be proud of me. I ordered.
Damn right. Welcome to the RGB world, brother.
I ordered an RGB power supply and it got sent away. Like, oh, we can't deliver it. Sorry. So yeah. So
it literally showed up at your doorstep and they're like, "Oh, we can't leave this here."
No, it was at an Amazon locker. They were just like, "Can't deliver it. It's full." And I'm like,
I don't know what you mean about that.
Yeah, it's just like so Goon is correct. If you're gonna start ordering some stuff, order it like a week ahead because you're probably gonna have to reorder it. So yeah.
Probably will.
Yep.
All right. Last words are I don't know much, but the name is Boy Lips Jr. Smallest lips in the game. Plenty of kisses for the dame.
It's like a Cambodian Dr. Disrespect.
Anyways, too drunk, take your Ubers. Make sure you get home safe, all right? Play video games. Don't get laid. That's overrated. Just play video games. There's more fulfillment in it anyway. And with that, that's Salt Tier Podcast, brother. Let me get a woo.
Hell yeah, brother.
Woo! Woo! At all the places.